It has no end. Oh, baby, when it's sleeping, all has no crying. No, no, oh no, oh no, yeah, I know.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, MCJ Papa, 96 people now confirmed dead of the wildfires on Maui. That number expected to rise in the fifth deadliest wildfire in U.S. history. No official cause on how the wildfire started, but could the loss of life been prevented?
Now a class action lawsuit points the finger at Hawaiian Electric, saying that they ignored weather warnings and kept lines electrified at even amid high winds and high fire danger. Hawaiian Electric says they can't comment on pending litigation.
Fox's Max. He's claimed federal prosecutors turned their backs on the plea deal that have settled tax and firearm charges against President Biden's son. North Korea's state media says leader Kim Jong-un toured munitions factories, ordering a drastic increase in production of missiles and other weapons. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real Talk starts now.
And good morning. I'm Rayford Brown.
I'm Kelly Knapp. And I'm Lee Barrows.
And welcome to the Monday edition of Live and Local Real Talk. It's Monday. Can you sing it some more?
No,
that's it. Don't want to get us cut off the air, right?
All right.
By Facebook people.
We get banned by Russia again.
Yeah, there you go. And it is a Monday. It's sort of a tragic Monday as well.
Terrible.
Especially in my world. 4 divers who went into the sea off the North Carolina, South Carolina area yesterday have been missing since midday yesterday. The search is focused 50 miles south of Cape Fear, officials said in a news release. The area is near the state line between North and South Carolina. No identities yet have been released. The 4 were diving from the pleasure craft, not a dive boat, not a chartered dive boat or anything, named Big Bills, 63 miles east of Myrtle Beach. They were expected to resurface around noon yesterday. Waves were 2 to 3 feet high at the time. Winds were around 11 miles per hour, making for mostly flat seas. A lot of folks are looking for them, including a Jayhawk helicopter from Elizabeth City, 2 Hercules HC-130s, one from Elizabeth City, the other from Clearwater, Florida, a 47-foot motor lifeboat from Coast Guard Station Oak Island, and 2 Coast Guard cutters. Both of them are 87-footers. They're both patrol boats, one from Sandy Hook, New Jersey, the other from Charleston, South Carolina. I'm going to assume that the Sandy Hook, New Jersey was somewhere off our coast on regular patrol. That's the way they do things. I don't understand, 59 years diving. I'm not sure if somebody was in the boat and radioed when they did not surface, which I hope would be the case. And if so, what happened to them? Where did they go? If they got caught up in a current, that would mean they were on the surface, no doubt. 63 miles off the coast of Myrtle Beach, you're in deep water. Not sure exactly what direction they were 63 miles off south of Myrtle Beach, but the water can get very deep out there if you're straight out.
Well, being an experienced diver yourself, what are some of the reasons this may have happened?
I don't know. I hope there was somebody on board the boat. That's probably the only way Coast Guard could have been alerted. They didn't come up when they were supposed to at about noon yesterday. They had been down an hour or less at that time. Just depending upon how deep they were would decide how long they could stay down.
Well, couldn't they have swam up to the surface?
Yeah, without air. Yeah, they could have made it to the surface. But something, even if you get on the surface, some of those areas out there have tremendous currents. And if you're on the surface,
Right.
even if you inflate your vest, which I'm sure that it would have done if they made it to the surface, then you're going to be floating around there and you're going to be moving fast,
Right.
4 or 5 knots. That's, you can easily get caught up in a current that's running 4 knots. That's fast. 5 miles per hour. You can't
Yes.
swim against it. Mark Spitz could not do more than about 1.5 miles per hour. And he didn't have all that gear on. So, I'm hoping for the absolute best that they will find them. Daylight's here, and they searched all night for them. Makes you want to make sure that you have emergency beacons on your BCs when you go diving.
Well, let me ask you this, being a novice at things like this. If you were the boat captain and you've got a big charter boat and you're out there.
He was not It was not a charter boat. It was a regular pleasure craft,
Oh, was
privately
it?
owned.
Oh, okay.
And I'm assuming though that there was somebody on board.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. If you're out there and I know you have instruments on your boat.
Yep.
And you can see where your deep water is compared to your shallow water, your sandbars and
Yep.
stuff. Is there any way to determine and see what the currents are at the time?
No, yes and no. You can when you drop overboard, you'll know what the currents are very quickly.
Gotcha.
Most people will drop over and go to the anchor line and go down on the anchor line, especially
Okay.
if there are currents. They don't go straight down. If there are any currents on the surface, the easiest way to do is make it to the anchor line and pull yourself down on the anchor line. That way, and then come back to the anchor line. Now, if they were out and 63 miles, depending on what direction, I just don't know what's out there that they're going to be diving on. If there's something special that they're looking at or looking for. I know some divers have been working a wreck somewhere that they're not telling anybody about, but there are pictures of some of the coins that they're bringing up, and that's from the 1500s,
Wow.
Spanish galleon type stuff.
Right.
So I don't know if these guys are part of that or not. I have no clue. That would be only speculation, and I shouldn't even mention it. But there are some things that are out there. I don't know what they were diving on. I don't know the waters there off Myrtle Beach, except that they can get deep just like they do off here.
Well, how long does a tank of air generally last?
Depends upon what you're doing, how big the tank is, and how deep you're diving.
Yeah, I figured you're going to say that.
An 80 cubic foot tank is a standard tank.
Right.
In 35 feet of water, generally you figure you can do about an hour with normal breathing with an 80 cubic foot tank. The deeper you go, the shorter the time you have.
This is such a strange accident.
Four at the same time is just unusual, unless they got caught up in something, some kind of a current or whatever. That's the only thing that I can, and that would be on the surface. So if I'm assuming, because somebody had to call the Coast Guard
Yes.
and alert them that there was
Right.
an issue. So you would make that assumption that it's the guy in the boat. Hopefully there was a guy in the boat. We don't go diving without somebody hanging in the boat. Somebody that can come get you if you come up floating up far away from the boat. That's the other thing. And I'm fearing the worst on this one.
It doesn't sound good at all.
Does not sound good at all. So anyway. Oh, my. You got headphone issues there?
Not anymore.
Take off the unwired ones and put some wired ones on, huh?
Yeah, they're so dependable.
Yeah, they're totally undependable. I don't like them. We talked about this a little bit last week. The North Carolina Department of Transportation will close part of Onslow County Road today, beginning at 9 o'clock this morning. A section of Holly Shelter Road will close at 9 a.m. and it will stay closed until 9 a.m. the 21st. That's next Monday. Crews are expected to replace and repair areas of the bridge deck that are worn out. A detour on the Harris Creek Road will be set up to take drivers around the work zone. If you live in that area and you think you're just going to make it in the same amount of time, forget about it.
And there's no
You
way to cross that
Have
bridge.
been warned.
Once they shut that bridge down, you can't. There's no place you can
Oh,
go.
you could do what is it? The
A swim across.
You could Dukes of Hazzard
Dukes
jump
of
it.
Hazzard. That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah,
Get a
a little
ramp out
ramp
there
up.
and just
Yeah.
run about 100
Could
miles
you
an
see
hour
a
and jump it
construction
over.
worker watching that?
Yeah.
That'd be entertainment.
Ain't gonna happen. So we gotta be careful out there this morning, and we'll try to warn those of you who.
I remember when they built that bridge, when they redid it and widened it.
Oh, really?
It just seems like, gosh, already. But I guess that was a while back.
Apparently, some of it's not in good shape.
Well, it's a good time to fix it then.
A lot of it's not in good shape. Let's see. 3 people died and others were injured after an early morning house fire last Friday. The Kill Devil's Hill Fire Department says multiple fire departments responded to the home consumed by flames about 2:30 in the morning. No idea what caused it as yet. The fire killed 2 adults and 1 teenager and injured 3 other people. The Kill Devil Hills Fire Marshal, Dare County Fire Marshal, and the State Bureau of Investigation are looking into the cause of that fire. The 75-year-old vacation rental home was required to have smoke detectors, but not sprinklers. They can't make them retrofit those. They don't make them.
That was another freak thing.
It was very freak, and apparently there was another fire too on Kill Devils in the Outer Banks area over the weekend. Nobody got hurt. Happened Friday night, I think it was, about 6 o'clock.
I have family
everybody
that's
managed to
out
get
there
out.
this weekend, so
Oh, my.
but they're good.
Good. It happened about a week ago, but didn't make national news until this weekend. An Indiana woman shot and killed a man who drove into her front yard and held her husband at gunpoint. Yeah, buddy. It happened last Monday about 6:30 in the evening. 45-year-old Michael Chastain drove through the front yard of this couple's home. The wife says he grabbed her husband after he got out of his car, forced him to the ground, and held a gun to his head.
What?
So she was inside the house. She saw what was going on. She ran and got her own handgun and shot Chastain. Yep, buddy.
Now, where did you say this happened at?
This
Indiana.
happened in Indiana.
Because I know a Mike Chastain too. It's in K-Town, so.
So, Indiana State Police said Chastain previously dated the couple's daughter, but the woman no longer lives at the home. It's unclear why the suspect targeted the daughter's father. Chastain has an arrest record and was well known to police. They say they have not sought charges against the woman. Good thing,
As they should not.
as they should not. How was your weekend?
Busy. How was yours?
I don't remember. We celebrated a day early for Robbie's birthday, which is today.
Oh, well,
Oh,
happy
happy
birthday, Robbie.
birthday.
She's
Robbie.
29 today.
Oh, she looks so good for 29 too.
Mhm.
She really does.
Yeah, happy birthday. And I know she's up right now because the mascot came a running and a calling.
Yeah.
He's been shaved again.
Yeah.
So pretty.
And Robbie, if you go down into the garage, your surprise is there.
Can we go look?
It's not a car. She's got her own car.
Well, we know that, but can we go
Did
look?
you get her something
Can we
good?
go peek?
Got her what she asked for.
Okay. Well,
Oh.
that's
what
always a
she
good
asked for.
thing.
She asked for nothing
When you,
to begin with.
Mhm.
And then about midweek last week, she asked for
You
something.
were doing so well, Rayford.
Well, the point is he listened, because when midweek she asked for something, he heard it and
Oh, yeah.
made it happen.
Yep.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing.
Mhm.
Let's not ruin it now. Just leave it at that.
Mhm.
What else is there? How could I ruin that?
You're like, she asked for nothing. So the garage is empty.
Yeah, somebody came in and took both the cars out, so we don't have anything in the garage now.
I doubt that.
Yeah, me too.
They wouldn't have left. They would still be laying in the yard.
Yeah, I know. I would have to get out and hurry this one with a shovel or something. Boat's not running, so I'd have to use the shovel. I got to give me a backhoe.
The boat's not running again?
Well, one is, the other's not. Half of the other one is, but the
Oh,
part of it hasn't been fixed yet.
oh, okay. I thought you'd gotten that fixed. by
Oh,
now.
no.
Oh, that's
no,
right.
no.
We're going to need a whole new.
It's a major
Yeah.
deal here on this one. Remember all the stuff over the last few years about the use of American native tribal names and other references to Indians,
Yes.
in, especially in the National Football League.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
They want it back now, don't they?
it brought about some changes, and one notable change was the Washington Redskins, a team formerly known as the Washington Redskins. Sonny Jurgensen was probably raising Cain. And a Native American group is strongly encouraging the Washington Commanders, oh my God, who came up with that one, to go back to its original name, the Redskins, the same name it had when the team was located in Boston back in the 1930s. The Native American Guardian Association, NAGA, has encouraged fans to sign their petition, which is, quote, designed to promote our history, put an end to cancel culture, and reclaim the name Redskins. Yay. The group says more than 80,000 people have signed the petition so far. We invite all Americans to stand up for the dignity of every American, they say, under assault in today's increasingly nonsensical culture wars. That's a great quote.
You like that?
I do.
Nonsensical.
Nonsensical culture wars. Last week, the group sent a letter to the Commanders' leadership, including the new team owner, Josh Harris, team president, Jason Wright, and head coach, Ron Rivers, formally requesting the team revitalize its relationship with the American Indian community and rightfully change their name back to the Redskins. That's in the petition and in their letter. Go Redskins.
Yay.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean,
Gotta
they've
get that
always
done.
been the Redskins.
They have always been the Redskins.
I mean, leave it alone.
Former
Leave it
team
alone.
owner Daniel Snyder changed the team's name from the Redskins to the Washington Football Team, and then later the Commanders amid a summer of racial unrest in the United States back in 2020. What were you thinking?
Let's get past all this.
What were you thinking?
Mhm.
Washington Football Team. That sounds real special, doesn't it?
Sounds like
Then they came the Commanders. Did you even know that?
yeah, I knew they
I
had
didn't
become
know
the
that.
Commanders.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I knew that.
Commanders of what?
Well, Commanders, get it? DC Commanders.
Like Commander in Chief.
Mm.
We don't have one.
Did you
Well,
see?
we have one.
Did you see that picture I sent y'all last night?
Yeah.
No.
It was funny. It was on Skype.
All right, I will
I
check
did.
it.
I just, well, I didn't post it. I wouldn't post it. But
No, we can't post that.
that's not nice. But it was funny when you talk about Commanders in Chief. Okay.
Oh,
What about the pilot show in Michigan over the weekend? A MiG-23 fighter plane
I saw that.
crashed. See, that's why
the
I'm
guys got out. They bailed out.
Yes, and I love what they said. They were recovered in good condition.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, what? But it crashed, and they canceled the show and told everyone to leave. But that's what scares me about
don't-
going to air shows.
I've gone to them not generally for pleasure, but when I was working and doing things. I was hired to photograph a couple of air shows, and then on TV, I had to go cover air shows from time to time. They're great when everything goes right. They are awful when things don't go right. And all it takes is a crash. They've had them not at an air show I was at, but at the same location that I was at in the past.
It just scares me. If I was sitting there and saw one crash, I'd probably have a heart attack. It's just the fear of it.
Yeah.
But I'm glad the crew was able to
Me too.
get out safely.
Safely. Yep. Lucky. Good morning. Who's this?
Hey, this is Brandon.
Hey, Raymond. How are you?
Hey, you doing good? Just want to let y'all know if y'all want to pass on over the airways. I came through Maple Hill Crossroads yesterday on the way back from Wallace, and I guess effective today, that intersection is a four-way stop now.
Ooh.
I'm trying to figure out what I like about four-way stops, and so far I've come up with nothing.
Yeah, like I say, I mean, 50 used to stop, and 53, you kept going through. But Yeah, I seen the message board yesterday. I guess that was effective today.
Were there was it like marked, posted so that people would actually know, or did it kind of like creep up on you?
I'm sure there were warning signs now.
Yeah, they had a message board out there. I'm sure it had to have been out there for a few days, but I just noticed that yesterday.
Oh wow, that's going to cause a problem until people get used to it.
Yep.
Oh,
I still haven't gotten used to the one on New Bridge and what is it, Warwick? Yeah. New
When
Bridge
I
and
leave the
Warwick.
studio,
Very annoying.
I'll go out the back way and then
Oh.
go down and come up.
Very annoying.
I just don't like it.
And
I
plus,
got you, but
everybody sits there and no one seems to know
Right.
the etiquette of what to do.
They've
So,
all forgotten.
Right.
yeah, and everybody looks at each other.
Well,
Yeah.
nowadays
Yeah.
you just you know what to do, but you just afraid what the other person's going to
Well,
They
do.
you're
don't know what they're going to
scared.
do. I
Yeah.
generally wave somebody on.
I
Yes.
do too.
I direct traffic.
But come on.
And,
Well, I'm glad. Thank you, Brandon, for calling that
yeah,
in.
well,
Yes.
we do appreciate that.
Didn't know that at all. I haven't seen anything on that.
All right.
yeah,
It's not good.
I guess like you say, it's been out there for a couple of days. From what I would assume.
Yeah, surprise.
Yeah.
And again, the
Just wanted to
locate.
pass that-
Yeah,
just wanted to
again,
pass that on.
the location of that stop, that four-way stop now is where?
Highway 53 and NC 50.
Wow.
Highway 53.
Nice.
It's in Maple Hill.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know where it is.
I know exactly where that is.
Yeah.
Yep.
right there where the old Scotsman is.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Oh, what a mess.
Appreciate the call, sir.
Yes.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
Thank
You're
you.
live and local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME, and we'll be right back.
Everyone loves shopping online. Well, I'm going to tell you what I tell my golf buddies when they buy clubs. Stop searching for coupon codes. Download Capital One Shopping to your computer. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. Plus, it's free, and you don't even need a Capital One card to use it. That's like hitting a hole in one without even trying. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary. Ray Magliotti here for eBay Motors. You're driving along and some nimrod cuts you off. You hit the horn. Jeez, it sounds like a goose in distress. Time to head over to eBay Motors. They have horns for every make and model, not to mention horn pads, steering wheels, wiring, and more. 122 million parts. You can even go for an upgrade. Looks like Mr. Cutoff Man needs a new seat cover. Try eBay Motors, pal. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer, and you should be too. With the Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series, these lawn tractors were engineered for strength, comfort, and versatility. Each machine features a strong deck with a variety of sizes available, designed to deliver a premium cut. An assortment of attachments and accessories, sold separately, allow you to use your mower for more than just cutting grass. Stop by Mills International Incorporated today and find out how the Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series is tailored to help unlock all the possibilities of your lawn. Head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street for exceptional offers, expert advice, and superior service.
A plan every adult family member should consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
The Burrow Restaurant and Bar in Swansboro is hiring. We're currently looking for experienced line cooks and expos. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. The Burrow is open 7 days a week. Stop by for an application. Our sister restaurant, Il Cigno Italiano, is also hiring line cooks, expos, and bartenders. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. The Restaurant on Front Street and Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue, both in Swansboro.
Attention property owners, are you fed up with bad tenants, under market rents, and late payments? At Fountain Management, we provide unrivaled levels of expertise and all the tools and services you need to make owning a rental property easy and profitable. Are you ready to talk about taking the management of your real estate investment to the next level? Well, contact us today. Fountain Management, 910-455-1609. We will make owning your rental property simple and rewarding.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to painted, maintained, power washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Power Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's not for everyone, only for you. The medication your doctor prescribes is exclusively yours to take as directed. Nobody else should be taking it. It's up to you to keep your medication secure and to safely dispose of any unused medications. Don't let anyone take what's yours. Your prescription, your responsibility. Be aware, don't share. Lock your meds.
Supported by NCDHHS, Division of Mental Health, Developmental Disabilities, and Substance Abuse Services. Visit lockyourmeds.org/NC.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Starlight Marine are closed today. They'll be closed until tomorrow. They're open Tuesday through Friday from 8:30 in the morning until 5 o'clock in the afternoon. On Saturdays, they're open from 8:30 in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So those are the hours you need to know about. And they've got a brand new gas tank that's been installed. And as of Thursday, they were still awaiting the resupply for gasoline. And that'll be happening shortly if it hasn't already happened. So give them a call. If you need gasoline, call first before you just drive on by. Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville for your one-stop shopping experience for all of your boating and fishing needs, from lures to rods to reels to all sorts of good stuff for fishing, things that you didn't even know that you needed, but things that you, when you get there, you're going to say, I kind of want these. They look pretty. And there's some really nice looking lures there. And it's a good place to get that. And for your boating needs, whether it's repairs, whether you need parts to do the repairs yourself, or just some of the tune-up stuff like, annual maintenance like oil and oil filters and whatever that you need to take care of your boats, stop on by, no problem. And if you need a new boat, that old clunker just ain't what it used to be, or you just have sold it already and you're in the market, come on by Tideline Marine. They've got some boats that you would love to have. I think it's some boats I would like to have, because I've ridden in and driven a couple of the new ones down there. I'm thinking, Robbie, don't listen to this. I bought you a new boat. No, not yet.
I told you, don't make it any worse.
Tideline Marine, 159 Old Bridge Street on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville. Surface troughing to our west is going to continue through tomorrow. The next cold front will move into tomorrow night and will stall through midweek with unsettled conditions anticipated.
Yay.
Offshore today, southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, increasing to 15 to 20 with gusts to 25 this afternoon. Seas 3 to 4 feet, dominant period 4 seconds. Sounds and rivers a moderate chop, increasing to choppy in the afternoon. Tomorrow, southwesterly winds 15 to 20, gusts up to 25. Seas 4 to 5 feet, dominant period 5 seconds. Sounds and rivers will be choppy again. And on Wednesday, southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 4, sounds and rivers a moderate chop.
Today, mostly sunny, a high of 94. However, the heat index value today is 109. It is very humid outside. If you have not walked outside yet, it's going to hit you like an oven door being opened.
Yep.
It will also be gusty today with gusts as high as 17 miles an hour. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 81, and still gusty tonight. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 94. Heat index value as high as 107 again, with gusts tomorrow as high as 20 miles an hour. Tomorrow night, showers and thunderstorms likely, mainly after 8 p.m. Some of the storms could produce very heavy rainfall. Otherwise, between that, it will be mostly cloudy, low of 74, and gusty again. And on Wednesday, in the afternoon, showers and thunderstorms likely. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, high of 88. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy, low of 73. And same forecast basically for Thursday, but high of 86.
High of 88, 86.
Mhm.
That's a cold wave.
Yeah, I know.
Woo, I'll freeze.
And I will have to tell people, please check on elderly people that don't, and also anybody that you know that does not have air conditioning in their house with these heat index values
Yes.
like they are. Please check on people's pets as well. It's very, very hot this morning outside.
Yeah.
I hope my neighbor didn't hear that.
And if you have, if you do know somebody, there, check on them anyway, because something could have happened that could have tripped their circuit breaker, kicked their air conditioning off.
Mhm.
They might not know of how to take care of that problem. It does happen. It's kind of like with computers from time to time, they shut down, and when there's a blink in the power circuit, power grid, that does happen. Do you think anything other than Mother Nature and God have anything to do with our weather?
What do you
No.
mean?
I don't.
Hawaii's Governor Josh Green said yesterday that global warming played a major role in the Maui wildfire that destroyed a historic town and has so far killed at least 96 people. He described the wildfire as a fire hurricane with gusting 80-mile-per-hour winds and 1,000, this is his words now, 1,000 degree heat, creating fire cyclones going through the buildings. Green attributed strong winds from Hurricane Dora, which passed far to the south of the island last week, and very dry drought conditions on Maui to the fast-moving blaze. I've been up close and kind of personal to a wildfire, not as bad as the Maui fire, but I've seen similar firestorms and wildfires that sent flames far into the sky. I have no idea what the temperatures were inside the fires, no way of knowing, but I could feel the heat more than a mile away as the balls of twisting flames would rise. I mean, it was burning hot to me. Watching it.
I imagine.
Everyone's talking about the extremely high temperatures in July and August this year. We've had records, I guess. It got to 128 degrees in one of the hottest places in the world, Death Valley. But 110 years ago, Death Valley recorded a high of 134 degrees. Bet they weren't talking about climate changing then or global warming. It was 134 degrees 110 years ago, 1913, in Death Valley. Last week, it got to 128 degrees. On October 8th, 1871, the most devastating forest fire in American history swept through northeast Wisconsin. More than 1,200 people died. Railroad workers clearing land for tracks that Sunday evening started a small brush fire for I don't know why, which somehow became an inferno. It had been an unusually dry summer there in Wisconsin, and the fire moved fast. Some survivors from that said it moved so fast that it was like a tornado. That's how they described it. The sudden, convulsive speed of the flames consumed available oxygen. Some people trying to flee burst into flames. That's how hot the flames were. This was 1871, mind you. We knew nothing about global warming back then, somewhat more about climate changes. There have been gradual changes recorded over the hundreds, perhaps even thousands of years. Some are more apparent than others. The polar caps, ice caps melting, the ice age, the Great Dust Bowl. They could be labeled climate changes. If you take a look at the records of high and low temperatures in various locations around the globe, just go in and take a look at it, review them. Check on the number of named tropical systems. Wasn't too many years back when we ended up going into the Greek alphabet to name just a few storms. We're 2.5 months into this year's hurricane season, and we're at a total of 4 named storms. 4. 2.5 months. No doubt this will change. And as a reminder, September is the peak of the hurricane season around these parts. A Hawaiian couple suing 4 power companies, accusing them of ignoring weather warnings. The main plaintiffs, Monica and Reed Eder, own a house in the historic town of, is that Lahaina? In Hawaii, which was decimated by the wildfire. Their suit is on behalf of a class and subclasses of all persons similarly situated. The suit targets Hawaiian Electric Industries, which is the parent company of 3 other companies. The lawsuit accuses the power companies of ignoring weather warnings and keeping their power lines energized despite the dangerous conditions. In other words, the lines were hot. Did they fall to the ground with the weather warnings and catch things on fire? A good possibility. The plaintiffs claim that the companies inexcusably kept their power lines hot during forecasted high fire danger conditions.
Well,
the National Weather Service had
hope you
issued
didn't
a
just say
high
that.
wind watch and red flag warning, cautioning that energized power lines could make a fire develop more rapidly.
oh, if they turned the power off, they'd be complaining they didn't have any power.
There you go. The suit alleges that by acting improperly during the historically dangerous conditions, the companies caused loss of life, serious injuries, destruction of hundreds of homes and businesses, displacement of thousands of people, and damage to many of Hawaii's historic and cultural sites. Scores of people burned to death, the suit said. Other victims suffered severe burns, smoke inhalation, and additional serious injuries.
Stupid as stupid does.
I just
Or
don't
is it
know what
stupid
to
does?
say.
I don't know what you say. If the Weather Service had actually issued a warning that said, if you've got, we're going to have extremely high winds, and if you leave the power lines with our dry conditions, and if you leave the power lines energized, and don't shut the power off, then there's a great chance of forest fires or wildfires. How do you respond to that?
And they want to sue.
Or they are suing.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, look at the people that have lost their lives, lost their homes, everything. How do you think they feel about all
I
this?
saw pictures yesterday, just scrolling through, and I saw pictures of highways littered with burned out cars. People got out and fled.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder where those people went. Maybe that's some of the 1,000 still missing. They have not accounted for about 1,000 people.
Or some of the ones that just literally jumped into the ocean.
Coast Guard pulled out a bunch of those.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you they never thought they would be doing that.
Nope.
It's ridiculous.
Jump again, swimming for freedom.
It's about as
Safety.
ridiculous as some people saying that Pfizer created the tornadoes here in North Carolina that took out their plant so they could get the insurance money. I mean, seriously.
Come on, give me a break. Wish I had that power.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah. I could have fun with that one. Not to hurt people. Not to hurt people, just to create some fun. Witchcraft. Pay me not to start a tornado. I won't. That would be the plan, right?
Yes, yes. I'm looking, and there's still Coast Guard vessels out here in the ocean.
Offshore here, yeah. They've been around there all
I've
night
seen
long.
one, Little Creek Base, which is a cutter. And then the other one was on the Coast Guard Dependable. That's what I found so far. So they're still out there searching.
Well, that's a couple more out there that joined the
Yes.
search. This will be an all-out search for at least 24 hours. And divers do have, if they made it to the surface, they could be afloat and they could be many, many, many miles away. And the seas are relatively calm, 2 to 3 to 4 footers. So, bobbing heads could be seen. out there.
And they're pretty much parallel with the coast of North Carolina.
Yeah.
So
they're going to have to expand their search pattern, though. If they made it to the surface, there's pretty much no reason to look for them if they did not for rescue. Maybe body recovery. That would be about it. But if they made it to the surface, the chances are they're still alive.
yeah, here's another one, the Hugo Little Creek base. Yeah, so they have quite a few out there right now still.
I hope they keep the search up.
I hope so too.
Hope I'm never one of those four that they have to come looking for, but you never can tell what will happen out there on the high seas. And the seas were not rough, so helicopters flying low could see them.
I pray.
Yep.
Really do.
Me too. So just don't know if there's something catastrophic that occurred under the water. That would be the question. Obviously, I'm assuming that the boat they were on stayed anchored up wherever they were.
I would imagine so.
I hope so. And I hope they have been able to put some dive teams in the water, probably this morning anyway, to go down to check and see what they were diving on.
Right.
I don't know.
At least they have the starting point.
Yeah, that way they do have a starting point. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
If you love ocean pier fishing, the Seaview Pier Motel and Restaurant located at mile marker 18, North Topsail Beach is the place for you. The Seaview Pier is a family pier complete with bait and tackle shop, rod and reel rentals, and accessories. The restaurant serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner and features a complete menu from burgers to ocean fresh seafood, straight to you from the briny blue. With the Seaview Motel right next door and the most affordable rates on the coast, you can make it a vacation or a weekend of Carolina pier fishing. It's all here, including the fish. The Seaview Pier Motel and Restaurant, mile marker 18, North Topsail Beach, across the bridge, just south from Seas Ferry. To find out what's biting or for motel reservations, call anytime 910-328-3172.
C&S Paint, Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957, with 3 locations serving the Crystal Coast, has everything you need from brushes to Olympic stain and quality Benjamin Moore paint. Benjamin Moore offers unmatched color and durability, so the color will last for years to come. Whether a do-it-yourselfer or paint contractor, when you shop C&S Paint Center with 3 locations, you're not just improving your home or construction site, you're supporting a local business too. C&S Paint Center, Olympic Stain, and Benjamin Moore. Paint for everything that matters. C&S Paint Center, 105 Wayne Drive, Morehead City, 6 Doris Avenue, Jacksonville, and 504 Cedar Point Boulevard, Cedar Point. C&S Paint, phone 910-455-0210. Jacksonville's premier paint store since 1957.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Downey Heating and Air Conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986.
Down East is your local Bryant Factory authorized dealer. Down East, Bryant, whatever it takes to keep you cool.
Down East Heating and Air Conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986. DownEastHeating.com.
Need service on your present cooling system? Just call Down East. Looking to replace your cooling system in your home or office? Down East and Bryant is ready to do whatever it takes to keep you cool on these hot summer days. Ask about 0% interest for 60 months. Down East, Bryant, whatever it takes.
Down East, heating and air conditioning, a family tradition of quality since 1986. DownEastHeating.com.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
You got to turn the right pod up. It's another week and it's still the same one. Our number, if you want to chat, 910-333-0139, 910-333-0139. Want to talk with us this morning? You can do so. Los Angeles Nordstrom. You know what kind of store that is?
Yes, I used to shop there.
Do.
Ransacked by a mob of more than 30 people, perhaps as many as 50 on Saturday. The mobsters got away with about $100,000 worth of handbags and clothes. This is the second one of those in the last couple of weeks. The LAPD said that about 4 p.m. Saturday, the mob of criminals stole items from the store. Video captured from inside the store show a group of between 30 and 50 people wearing sweatshirt hoodies over their heads. The crooks were seen inside the department store running toward the front entrance, carrying bags, scooping up whatever merchandise they could, and fighting off and tripping on racks that some items were still attached to. Police said the mall was not evacuated, though one man who was sprayed with bear repellent was treated by paramedics. This was the second flash mob to take place in LA County within the past week. Another store in Irvine was hit for $900,000 worth of jewelry. Police say they will catch these robbers this time.
I hope so.
That's the quote that they gave. Is there a certain number of robberies that need to be committed before the police say they'll catch them? Asking for a friend. They're going to wait till this time? Kind of like what I used to ask when there were traffic fatalities at a certain intersection, that one that obviously needed a traffic light. I asked the DOT, is there a certain number of body bags that you need? Is that the way you count and determine when you're going to put a traffic light up at an intersection? Country Club in Western, when it was first opened up there, did not have a traffic light, of course. And there were wrecks after wrecks after wrecks. And then the body count started. Because there got to be several fatalities there. And finally, after I think it was 4, they put up traffic lights.
Well, first of all, those people in California, they're doing it because they know they're not going to get prosecuted.
That's right.
That's why
they're not even going to get caught.
Yeah.
They run a group of 40 or 50 in there.
Mhm.
You know, even if you catch 1 or 2, you're not going to catch them all. They might not even know each other.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's craziness.
I don't know. Okay, Lee.
Yes.
Those people that get in cars that run real fast and they run round and round and round this circle.
Yes.
What are they called? Race drivers?
Yeah. NASCAR race drivers. Yes.
A couple of race car drivers got into a bit of an altercation after one race in Indianapolis over the weekend.
That's normal.
Christian Rose and Connor Jones were running side by side with about 16 laps to go when Jones tapped Rose, causing him to lose control and spin into the wall. Jones finished the race in 6th place and Rose in 10th place. After the race ended, they were doing all the TV coverage, and suddenly the broadcast cameras panned over to some action.
Yes.
And they saw Rose confronting Jones, I think is a polite way of putting it.
Yes.
A member of Jones' team had to push Rose away, and the latter had to be held back. One video posted to X, that used to be called Twitter. Do you call them Xers now instead of tweeters?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yes.
Showed an animated Rose getting right in the face of Jones as soon as he got out of his car. Rose slapped Jones' hand at one point, and that's when the team member got involved, and that was about the end of it.
That's normal stuff. I mean, racing, they get irritated at each other, and then afterwards, just last week, one of the drivers got out and threw his helmet at another car while they were going around. He was so mad. And I was at a race in Texas when that Jeff Gordon and a couple others got in a huge fight. We were standing
Jeff
right there.
Gordon is too little to be getting into too much of a
I'll tell
fight.
you what, they get feisty
A
now.
little scrappy, but
You get feisty. It's like playing bingo and never winning. You know, it's just
I don't hear that at any bingo parlors, though. Do you?
Stand out in the parking lot when they open the doors and all those
Oh.
women come out that have lost.
Oh my goodness
Don't
gracious!
want to be in the parking lot.
So they get feisty outside, huh?
Feisty. It's like,
Damn.
yeah, it gets
Let's
bad.
see what else we got going on in the world of news. Guess we need to go ahead and take our break here. 910-333-0139. I've run out of stuff, so give us a call so we can chat. 910-333-0139. You're live and local Real Talk. We'll be right back.
Exterminating 627 College Street, Jacksonville has proudly been serving the pest control needs of Onslow and surrounding counties since 1952. That's 70 years of protecting the health and property of our citizens from rodents, termites, mosquitoes, and all other pests. Modern Exterminating offers inspection without obligation. Being authorized to serve government quarters, Modern Exterminating takes this opportunity to thank those who serve and allowing us to handle all your pest control needs. If what they use don't zap them, they'll trap them. And if you're not satisfied, they'll step on them. The bug stops here. Modern Exterminating, family owned and operated since 1952. Call today, 910-455-5122. That's 910-455-5122 for Modern Exterminating.
Coastal Bank and Trust thanks you for allowing us the privilege of handling all your banking needs, including personal and commercial loans to mortgage services. With locations in Jacksonville, Holly Ridge, Richlands, and Morehead City, Coastal Bank and Trust truly is a community bank dedicated to those we serve and is proud to be a part of the continued growth of Onslow, Carteret, and surrounding counties, and looks forward to meeting you. Thank you for voting us the best of the best 5 years in a row. FDIC insured and an equal lender.
Have your Jones Onslow monthly electric bills been arriving a little later than usual? We have noticed that the mail is taking a bit longer than expected, so we want to share other options to review and pay your monthly bill. One way is through paperless billing and notifications. When you sign up for paperless billing, you will receive an email each month when your statement is available to view online at our website. Sign up for paperless billing under the account management section of My Account at joemc.com. Another way is through our mobile app. You can download the JOEMC mobile app for fast, easy, secure access to your account anytime. You can view your balance, pay your bill, report an outage, track your usage, and schedule alerts and reminders. These are just a few ways you can stay on top of your bill. Go to My Account on joemc.com to view all the ways we're helping you stay in control of your monthly electric bill. Member focused, service driven. That's our co-op.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials and many, many more at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things call Slits, down home down the street on the Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, and Main Street, Maysville. Whole top sirloin is only $5.99 a pound. Whole Boston butt, just $1.99 a pound. Whole top blade, $5.79 a pound. How about baby back pork ribs, $2.79 a pound. Fresh ground beef, 10 pounds or more, just $3.09 a pound. Boneless chuck roast is $4.79 a pound. Jumbo pack, thighs or drumsticks is just $1.09 a pound. And remember, the beef cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, and they use only the finest certified Angus beef and Sanderson's Farm chicken. Over in produce, Ambrosia apples, just $1.99 a pound. How about a 5-pound bag of Yukon Gold or red potatoes for just $4.99? Red or white seedless grapes are only $2.99 a pound. Yellow or zucchini squash, just $1.99 a pound. Juicy red or black plums, $2.99 a pound. Ruby grape tomatoes, 2 for $4. Crisp and tender snap beans are only $2.49 a pound. And 2 8-packs of the 12-ounce size of Coke or Sprite for just $9. That's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, where good things called Slits, down home down the street on the Richlands Highway here in Jacksonville or Main Street, Maysville. Remember, say big with the pig.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
All right, Kelly's looking at a story from where's this woman located? Kansas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Marion, Kansas.
Okay, what's going on with her?
She was 98, co-owned the local newspaper with 2,200 readers, roughly. Small town. Police raided the house, house and the business, took some cell phones from some reporters, took laptops, and they're saying one of the an attorney hired said there was a search warrant, but no affidavit attached, which they said was supposed to be.
Yes, it's got to be.
There was no, and none on file.
North Carolina does anyway.
And no affidavit even on file.
Uh-huh.
And they're also saying apparently it stems from a businesswoman apparently complained to the mayor. So there was apparently a story about a DUI, and the businesswoman got mad. She kicked out the some reporters at some event. This business owner owns a restaurant, and she's going through a divorce. So there's that. But so apparently she's been driving since 2008 on a suspended license. And the police, according to the public, they just kind of looked the other way because she's wealthy. Well, her and her husband are divorced, and he must be spilling the beans. So they're, saying that she got mad. She had some event for some local or some state congressman and kicked out the newspaper owners and employees because they attended the event.
Oh.
All of a sudden, they get raided. And some attorneys are now like, man, we wish we were these people's attorney because they're going to own the city. Well, the police chief, according to some people, used to be in Kansas City, Missouri, and he got let go, pre-let go, whatever, for misconduct. And they also claimed that the newspaper started investigating the chief's time in the Kansas City Police Department as well. And they, of course, now the rumor is that had something to do with it. But the main thing is that business owner.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, the woman was so upset about being raided because, according to everything I've read, she was incredibly above board that she collapsed and died.
Oh, my.
So it's a mess
Oh,
there.
my.
It's just
That-
like,
you're gonna
it's
have a
like a
problem.
Lifetime movie.
Yep. I can see that one coming about. So, anyway.
I thought about you, though, when it said no affidavit. Even I knew there was supposed to be that.
Yeah. Well, it is in North Carolina. I assume it's the same thing in
Yeah,
Kansas.
they're saying yes, it was supposed to have been attached.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I'm looking at a couple of the vessels out there. We heard about the Coast Guard cutter Dependable being on location, on site, right?
Right.
So that search off of, it looks like it's more straight off of Southport than it is off of Myrtle Beach. 63 miles from Myrtle Beach would put it here. That would be about right. But it's going to be coming up the coast. It's off the coast of North Carolina, not South Carolina.
Seems to be where they're looking, right off the coast of North Carolina.
Yeah. You got Frying Pan Shoals, not quite that far out, but there's any number of reefs out there. So that area makes more sense. And just don't know where they're out of. And I do not find any AIS information on Big Bill's boat, so he may not have AIS on board. AIS is an automatic tracking thing that commercial crafts have on board, required, and a growing number of recreational boaters are getting it. The idea is so you can look on your little screen there and see where all other vessels with AIS transmitting devices are. That doesn't help you for all the boats that do not have transmitting devices. But I'm looking at the Coast Guard cutter out there now and some other, any number of other vessels.
4 so far.
Yeah. Some government vessels. Yeah, they got a number of vessels out in that neck of the woods, and I'm sure they have expanded their search pattern. They would by now. I wish I had my chart in here. I could tell you exactly what's out there. We got one somewhere around here.
Well, the good thing too is I've seen there's a lot of cargo ships out there.
Yeah, but,
so
I
mean, they're not searching, but they're in that area, so
Yeah.
maybe I'm sure they're on alert.
Yeah, they are all monitoring. They're all
Right.
required to monitor.
Some tankers and cargo ships.
But that's a big ocean.
Yes,
That's
it
a
is.
huge ocean to find four little heads. Hopefully they all stayed together if they made it to the surface. And I mean, you know, I'm sure that Coast Guard's probably got divers close to getting in the water, if not in the water by now. You do need some light to be able to see, and when the sun's at a low angle, it's harder to see when you're down deep. Okay, let's go ahead and take our Fox News break here. We'll be back in about 60 seconds. You're live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Camp Lejeune, W246 CJ, Jacksonville.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. In the hot ash of the Hawaii wildfires on Maui, 96 people known to have died. Some of them remain so fragile they crumble when they're lifted. Governor Josh Green on the recovery.
Over 2,700 structures were destroyed in Lahaina, and an estimated value of $5.6 billion has gone away. But mostly there are people are suffering, and we continue to work to find them.
With efforts to find shelter for 4,500 residents looking to convert Airbnbs into resident housing. No public comment yet from the president, who was spotted on the weekend at the beach in Rehoboth. Watching for Trump indictment number 4 this week from Georgia, where the prosecutor has lined up more grand jury witnesses in the election interference probe. Trump fresh from the candidates campaigning at the Iowa State Fair, where GOP candidate Vivek Ramaswamy was a crowd pleaser, rapping to Eminem. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1
WSME.
It's live and local. Real Talk.
And we're back. Telephone number you want to chat with us is 910-333-0139, 910-333-0139. We're here for you. If you've got something you want to share with us, share with the world, come on down.
Something's talking.
I don't think it's me.
Oh, wait, it's my phone again. I swear I have a double phone.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, like, there it goes. It wasn't even on.
How do you turn it off?
You have to go into the bottom down here and bring up your. I'll show you later.
Oh. But just turn it off. Turn it off.
Oh, I've got it off now. Remember when we were talking about the No Labels Party?
Yeah.
Well, the North Carolina Board of Elections has approved them to go on to the ballot for 2024. And they were threatening to go on there.
So they got enough people, huh?
Yes, they got enough signatures.
Excellent.
But you know what I found out about this No Labels?
What's that?
It's an American political organization whose stated mission is to support centrism and bipartisanship. In 2010, No Labels was founded as a 501c4 with Nancy Jacobson as its board president. In 2023, she was also appointed as CEO. So this is across the states. This is not just North Carolina. In 2017, the group helped start the Problem Solvers Caucus in the House of Representatives, a bipartisan group of about 60 congressional members. So this has grown really, really big across the United States.
Good.
And it says No Label says it's close to raising the $70 million that it thinks will enable it to put a third-party unity ticket for the 2024 presidential election on the ballot in every state.
Wow.
Democratic Senator Joe Manchin and former Republican governors Larry Hogan and John Huntsman have been mentioned as potential No Labels candidates, and that's for president.
That's what I
So
said.
this No Labels party has really, really grown.
Mhm.
And it's not just North Carolina, it's quite a few states involved in it. So
Good.
there you go.
I may be having someone that I can actually vote for that I like.
Yeah.
That would be a change.
We still have time. Still have time for somebody to jump up there.
It's time is slipping away. We've only got a little over a year to go.
All right.
2024 GOP presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy. I love that name.
Yeah.
That
Got to be
name-
24 to vote.
Yeah, that name will get votes just because of the
Mm-hmm.
name. He's pulling the curtain back on President Biden's what he calls self-serving national security policy making the bold declaration that much of the U.S. military defense spending within the last few decades has not been properly allocated. I'm probably going to agree with him. I think some stuff has just been slipped through, things that should not have been slipped through. Don't know. But I've just got a feeling. It's been going on for a long time.
Yes, I agree to that. There's a lot of things going on. Our political world is horrible. Absolutely horrible.
He said we need a modern Monroe Doctrine in this country. The dirty little secret, Mariah, is that much of our military, that's who he was talking to, military defense spending in the last several decades has not actually gone to national defense. The reality is, if we do enter a serious conflict, and I worry that Joe Biden is sleepwalking us into potential nuclear conflict with Russia and China being a military alliance with one another, that would mean both nations would be fighting us.
We're sad. We're a sad country right now.
He's saying what a lot of people are thinking. A lot of people are not saying it out loud, but we're hurting in our military, not because of the military, but because of the very top. We're not paying the attention to our fighting forces like we should be paying attention to them. They're telling the president and company what they need, but they're telling it through other politicians, even though those politicians are wearing uniforms.
Yep.
He's concerned about homeland defense. I am too. I've told you that before. We're in a hurt right now.
And you were talking about the military. Here's some of the common problems in the military right now. Military practices and culture such as strict rules and discipline, work-life balance such as time spent away from the family, a soldier's own well-being such as mental health, physical health, and stress, healthcare system problems, how well we know about that.
We know about that.
And of course, relationship problems, military spouse employment. It's hard for military spouses to find jobs. Children's education because of the, constant transfers in schools, stability of the family, such as housing, financial and social support, and lack of control over military careers. That's just what's in the military. And then you add this where our Congress cannot get together on providing the military its wants and needs. And training is going right down the tubes too. We have, I still say we have a weak military right now.
I'm afraid that you're totally correct. Not because of the individual military members, but because of the leadership. And I'm talking about all the way to the top.
That's what I'm talking about.
And not just this president. I'm talking about Trump too. He was not a strong military. Never even, I don't think that he
knew how to salute him.
Yeah, I don't think he knew a Marine from a soldier.
Yeah,
well, that's kind of like most of the media. They don't know the difference.
I think right
either.
now the biggest thing is the military has has a politics problem.
Yes, it
and
does.
That's been created by our leaders in the country, as you would say.
A major, serious problem. So I don't know where, I hope we don't have to learn the hard way what's happening. But when we're giving away our howitzer rounds to Ukraine, and we do not have our minimum number, and it will be 7 years before, if we manufacture just as hard as we can today to get back up to our normal strength.
Right. Well, according to our Ronald Reagan Foundation and Institute survey, it said that trust and confidence in the uniformed services plummeted from 70% to 48% from 2018 to 2022. So we have a lot of issues there. And right now, I think we need that our focus should be on building our military and getting things right. Because if we had to go to war, it would be devastating for us.
It would be. The only thing we can do is hopefully it will be a nuclear war, because we do have nukes that we haven't used.
Do we have anybody trained to push the button?
I don't know if they can find the button. You know,
Yes. Interesting.
A preschool teacher, Kelly, you ready?
Uh-oh.
Time to make Kelly mad. Don't go cussing, all right? Repeatedly attacked the idea of childhood innocence and claims that topics considered inappropriate can be shared with children. The California teacher, Willie Villalpando, has said the idea of childhood innocence is a myth and claimed topics deemed inappropriate, such as queerness, can be suitable for the pre-K age group. The district has repeatedly ignored Fox News requests for comment. The Rialto Unified School District was asked months ago whether Villalpando was currently employed there and working with its school children. They did not respond. However, after receiving a tip from a concerned source, it can now be confirmed the teacher works at Trapp Preschool. Amazing. There is a common mythology, he said, that children live in this world of pure innocence, and that by introducing or exposing them to the real world, adults are somehow shattering this illusion for them. Therefore, there is a banning of topics and issues that children should not be exposed to, as if they are not experiencing them already.
This guy is a moron.
There he is.
Of course.
He looks like a moron, I bet.
Yeah. He describes himself as an expert at developing a child's gender identity. He stated on his now scrubbed website, while I absolutely love working with young children, my passions really lie in teaching others why we do things we do and advocating on behalf of young children and their families. My research and interest areas is in he wrote this, not me, is in gender development in young children and the impact that early educators have on that development. He answered a question about whether speaking to preschool kids about gender and sexuality is appropriate. Absolutely not, he said. Infants begin making gendered association by the time they are 10 months old. By the time they are 3, most children can label what gender they believe they identify with, and by 4, they can tell you what that gender means for what they can or cannot do.
Absolutely untrue.
He
This
went
guy
on to
is an
claim
idiot.
that 3-year-olds can be discriminating agents in society.
You bring all that in, and that brings to mind when you started talking about
making my
pronouns and gender identity. I went to a new doctor for just a dermatologist, let's just say. And they sent me the form to fill out online. Some of the questions, are you scared living by yourself? I had been able to write in what I wanted to write in. I would have said, no, I have guns. And then it says, well, what pronoun do you want to be called? And once again, I could not write in my choice of pronouns because it probably wouldn't have been nice. But, I'm like, this was like 3 pages of crazy questions.
I went to one like that. What was it, 2 years ago? And I told him I could not. I wrote down there, this is ridiculous questions. I cannot answer these. And they said, well, we cannot see you without answering. I said, good. Let me see the paper again. Now I ripped it up. And
one of the questions is, how often do you have sex? And I'm like, what? What?
I wouldn't answer that question.
Oh, I didn't answer a lot of them, but I'm just like, I'm just going to go have a few spots
I
checked
would
on
have
my
said, why do you
skin.
want to know?
And I'm just like,
are you a pervert? Not you. That's what I would write on the
Right.
questionnaire and give it back to them.
and I'm just like, what has this got to do with anything?
Rayford, she went to our dermatologist.
Yes.
Our dermatologist didn't give me that paper.
Well, that's what I got.
I hadn't had it either.
I have it on my email. I'll have to send it to
Well,
you.
maybe they've changed their paperwork.
Bless their hearts. I'm going to be having fun next time I
I
go
couldn't
in.
believe the
I think I have to
questions.
go back in December.
And then when it asked you your race, I had to go through
Fast.
a list of. Yeah, my favorite driver is. I had to go through a list of about. It was over 100 different type of races to actually get down to me. And I was like, don't they list this anymore? I mean, it was crazy. You had every Indian tribe listed. You had your French and it was just everything. And I'm like, really?
But being French is not a race.
It was type of French race. It was it was weird. It was weird. It was just like, in order to find the word white, I had to go through this whole list, and it gave different ethnicities of different. It was just, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. It took me probably over an hour to fill out this
No,
survey.
not me. I wouldn't fill it out.
Well,
I'd print it out and write in my answers and take it in.
Well, I just found it interesting. I kept looking to see what was going to be the next question because, in the past, you go to a doctor, what's your name, what's your date of birth, where do you live, have you have any medical issues, and that was basically it.
And what drugs are you on?
And what drugs are you on?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know they're now supposed to be screening for domestic violence. Okay, I get that. And that may have been where the afraid question came in.
Well, afraid to live by yourself?
Because if you're afraid, like, for example, sometimes, like, if you have elder abuse, you have family members that are abusive can come in.
What has that got to do with getting my skin checked, though?
Because they're the American Medical Association wants doctors to screen for violence.
What business is it of the American Medical Association?
Say medical.
Oh, that's another thing. I got a phone call from one of those telemarketers for Medicare, and it said, we see that you recently have had some back issues. And I'm like, wait a minute. How do they know?
Yeah.
I went to a chiropractor for my back.
Them.
And the next thing I know, I'm getting people to call me about my back issues, which means Medicare is selling or is giving away our information.
Yep.
That should not be happening.
What right do they have to do that?
Correct.
They don't.
They don't. Yeah.
I mean, I went in there and got my back cracked. I feel good. I feel better. It was
I would
bad
have
there
asked
for a
them
while.
how they knew it.
Well, the thing about it is, too, it was a guy from another country, and I couldn't even understand.
NOYFB.
I mean, what right?
Standard response.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know what you're saying. Well, I pretty much told him, how dare you call me at 8 o'clock at night?
Mm.
I was not nice, and generally I'm a nice person.
Generally, I am
but
not.
when they said that, I was like, what?
Oh, when they've asked me things like that, and it's right after a visit somewhere, I said, okay, now I need to have some more information from you because I've got some suits I got to file, and you're going to be a witness. HIPAA violation.
Why not? People sue for everything
Yep,
every day
absolutely.
nowadays. Everything.
All right, 910, where are you guys today?
Sleeping.
I haven't made anybody mad yet.
I've been up here reading a story that made me mad while I was sitting here.
Okay.
Because when I think common sense is common sense, I read a story that tells me clearly my work for common sense isn't done. So it was a story about a mom complaining that a daycare worker gave Skittles to her 15-month-old.
Sure.
She's originally like, am I overreacting? Because she posted this on Reddit. Like, no, you don't give a 15-month-old. Look, Skittles are hard to chew anyway. And so she confronted the daycare worker. And the daycare worker told her, well, he's got molars. She's like, he's only got them on the bottom. He don't have them on the top. And Skittles are hard. She's like, what is wrong with you? And the daycare worker started arguing. Now, see that right there?
That's over.
Which quite a few things would have occurred.
Argument leads to fight.
Yes. And the other thing is, the fact that this is occurring is scary to begin with. And then other daycare workers came to the defense not at that daycare, of the mom when it went viral. They were saying, a treat to a 15-year-old is like Puffs, Cheerios.
Yes.
You don't give them Skittles. And so then, I started thinking, well, what kind of training are these workers having? And once again, of what I thought was a common sense thing that you don't give a 15-month-old Skittles clearly is not. I mean, my goodness gracious. And it makes you nervous to even send a kid to daycare. Consider now you need to, who would thought to ask that question? Who would thought to say, hey, do you feed them Skittles? I would have been like, do you give, suckers, lollipops? Because a 15-month-old shouldn't have that either. Do you give hard candy? Whatever. Now you got to add Skittles to the mix. Because we have Skittles in the office, and I ate some the other day and about broke my tooth. They're hard.
I won't have any around here.
Look.
Here's a new recipe, though.
Nobody at work's listening, so I like the purple Skittles. They're my favorite. I've been picking them out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, here's a new recipe for you. I saw this on Facebook Reels, where you take your coffee filter and you put your Skittles in that.
What?
And then you pour vodka over it in your coffee machine. And the heat and the vodka melts the Skittles into the pot with the vodka. And you've got yourself a fun drink.
See, I don't like vodka, so it's too sour for me. But
okay, guys, don't make any notes of this. You're live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSME. We might be right back.
I had a question about my insurance the other day, so I called my new State Farm agent. And would you believe I talked to the same person who remembered my name? They said that was called service. And then they asked if my dog Max was over his cold. They called that service too. And then they helped me find ways to save on my home auto coverage. I asked State Farm what they called that. They said service.
Call David Hall, State Farm, 910-455-0440, 1218 Country Club Road, Jacksonville.
It's summertime. No schedules, no stress, and no cooking. The Burrow Low Country Kitchen has got you covered. Order a Carolina-style seafood boil to go. Sausage, potatoes, corn, with your choice of shrimp, crawfish, lobster, clams, mussels, crab legs, or a mixture. Seafood boils also make great party pleasers. Grab a quick lunch of Philly cheesesteaks, Italian sausage, fish tacos, and more. Dine in or take out. Curbside or dockside pickup. The Burrow Low Country Kitchen. Corner of Front and Moore Streets in downtown Swansboro. BurrowLowCountryKitchen.com.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384. When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteeing indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Trent Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
All right, so before we do weather, 4 divers missing off the Cape Fear coast have been found alive, according to WWAY.
Oh, wonderful.
Wilmington, according to a Coast Guard spokesperson. They were rescued by Coast Guard and U.S. Navy assets early this morning. The 4 men were first reported missing yesterday, about 63 miles off Myrtle Beach, about 50 miles off of the North Carolina coastline, right there at North Carolina, South Carolina line. No other details yet.
Darn.
It
Dang
says
it.
the Coast Guard expected to release details later this
Yeah,
morning.
yeah. We'll find out more. So
Oh.
apparently they made it to the surface, and like I was fearing, and but happy,
Mhm.
they had their BCs on, the buoyancy control
Wonderful.
devices,
Yes.
and had them inflated, no doubt. Hopefully they were able to ditch their tanks. And
Can't wait to hear this.
yeah, this is
story.
going to be a story.
This is going to be a story.
Hey, anyway,
Movie of the week.
Yep. That's some of the best news. Started out traumatic and ended up really good. Okay, offshore today, southwesterly winds 10 to 15 knots, increasing to 15 to 20 with gusts to 25 this afternoon. Seas 3 to 4 feet, dominant period 4 seconds. Sounds and rivers of moderate chop, increasing to choppy this afternoon. Southwesterly winds tomorrow 15 to 20, gusts to 25, and seas 4 to 5, dominant period 5 seconds. Sounds and rivers choppy. And on Wednesday, southwesterly winds 10 to 15, seas 3 to 4, sounds and rivers again with a moderate chop. The marine forecast brought to you each day, Monday through Friday, by Tideline Marine right here in Jacksonville. They're open Tuesdays through Fridays at 8:30 in the morning, and they close at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. They open at 8:30 on Saturday. They close at 2 o'clock on Saturday. For all of your fishing and boating needs, stop on by. Tideline's got pretty much everything you want. If they don't have it, you probably don't need it. How does that sound? Tideline,
that.
159 Old Bridge Street, on the banks of the New River in downtown Jacksonville.
Okay.
Your turn.
My computer froze up.
Oh.
Today, mostly sunny, a high of 94. Heat index value as high as 109 and gusty today. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 81, and actually still gusty tonight, which doesn't always happen. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 94. Heat index value as high as 107 and gustier tomorrow than today. Tomorrow night, actually after 8 p.m., we're expecting showers and thunderstorms with a low of 74. On Wednesday, showers and thunderstorms likely, mainly after 2 p.m. But other than that, it'll be mostly cloudy, a high of 88. And Wednesday night, more of the same with a low of 73. So.
Okay. Well, this
Yeah.
didn't just happen. These divers were found shortly after midnight, 12:45 this morning. They're spotted by a strobe light. Crews launched a life raft, and they got them.
Wow.
So a lot of divers will carry on their BCs a little what they call a strobe light.
Yes.
And you just kick it on. If it's nighttime, you kick it on, and you can be seen from quite some distance.
Wonder where they were.
Don't know.
Just curious.
Well, the Coast Guard must still be out there finishing up their investigation then,
Yeah,
because they're
probably.
still out there.
Yep.
I am so happy.
Yep, that's good.
It's a story with a good
Mhm.
ending.
Didn't expect it to have
Yeah.
a good ending.
I like it.
Anyway, works for me.
Mhm.
Good. What else we got going on? You guys got
You
anything?
remember that we talk about the Atlanta boat brawl? Kelly brought that up last
Yeah.
week. Well, this one guy, Reggie Ray, 42, who is black, turned himself into Montgomery Police Department on Friday.
Right.
He's charged with one misdemeanor count of disorderly conduct because he used a folding chair to hit people during the brawl. He's got a GoFundMe account and it's already reached $250,000.
I say good.
Do we have any folding chairs in here? I'm
I'm
hit
all
somebody.
about it.
Don't be hitting me.
No, not you. We'll find somebody else to hit.
Yeah. Anybody want to come into the
They
studio
have.
for a minute?
I saw a thing this weekend where they were saying the new mantra is "guns down, chairs up."
I know. I had a
Yeah.
friend text me the other day.
Make
She goes,
chairs illegal.
"What is this? Everybody's talking about a voting chair on social media." I said, "Go look up the Atlanta boat brawl." And
I'm all for it. Like, good on this dude.
he was one of the good guys.
Yeah,
he was on the good
He
side.
used that chair to save that guy, and
He did.
These people acting a fool, and now more thing is coming out with their racial slurs they were hurling at the original guy. People from the boat, the riverboat that had, because that riverboat had I have followed this a lot because it's
Yes.
just fascinating me so much. That riverboat had been waiting at least 30 minutes to dock before that guy, he was on the boat.
Right.
And they took him, boated him over to the dock to move the other boat because they'd been waiting 30 to 45 minutes to try to dock the riverboat.
Yeah.
And then it's when he started untying that pontoon boat to move it, it's when they attacked him. But they called him some terrible names, and it's all of it's on
Yes.
video, which is why I do not understand why the police are saying, well, we're not sure we can call it a hate crime. I absolutely call it a hate crime. I call it drunken stupidity as well.
Yeah.
That's what happened, especially when it came out that this group has been known for acting a fool over there.
Using the racial slurs too.
That makes it a hate crime. in my opinion.
I would tend to make you think. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I would tend to think that.
You would think so.
But what a
look, but my thing is they found out.
Yes.
They found out people have had enough of nonsense.
We're not going to take your crap anymore.
No, and nobody want to deal with a bunch of drunken morons.
We're not going to take it.
I dealt with that a lot when I DJ'd at the club. But working with drunks is just it's awful.
Yes.
So good on them.
You should be working security at a food restaurant, and you've got drunks
after hours.
Well, I've sat at a food run
You've got
after leaving
a
the club
motorcycle
like that.
gang sitting over here,
Yeah.
and you've got a lot of drunk PFCs over here.
It's terrible.
Bad combination.
It is.
Congressman out of Minnesota is a Democrat. Dean Phillips said anybody who wants to run to challenge President Biden for the 2024 Democratic primary nomination should take the chance. He told Meet the Press yesterday that he adores Biden but wants him to pass the torch to new leaders. I would like to see a moderate governor, or hopefully from the heartland, from one of the 4 states that Democrats will need. That would be interesting.
I would say so.
And speaking of a man who's had to deal with some drunks from time to time, good morning, Robin. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you doing?
We're hanging in here. What's up?
I just wanted to chime in on what you said earlier about these professional teams and how stupid it is to change the names. Like Washington's the Commanders. I mean, whoever thought of that must have been a moron.
Oh, right.
But then you've got the Cleveland Indians are now the Cleveland Guardians. I went to Florida State. We've been known as the Seminoles for I don't know how many years, and the Seminole Nation of Florida supports the use of their name because it's a pride thing. I think that he's gone overboard with all this garbage. Next thing we'll be doing is changing the Atlanta Braves with the Atlanta whatever. Or the Chicago Blackhawks or whatever. I think it's just stupid. I think they need to get a grip on it, and they need to turn around and change the name back to the Redskins and back to the Cleveland Indians. That's what they're known for. And it just makes me raise my eyebrow and question the mentality of some of these people. And they think they're offending because they're not offending anybody. They ought to be proud. I know the Seminole Nation is proud of Florida State for using their name and incorporating their traditional war dance in the beginning of the game.
And apparently the the Native American tribes have gotten together, and this organization they've got, NAGA, they're upset. And they made it known.
Well, it should be. Well, in Florida State, for example, they named the Florida State Seminoles the traditional wardrobe of the Seminole Indians are reflected in their mascot, which the mascot sits on Renegade, a horse, and the mascot's name is Chief Osceola. Huh. They basically represent the Seminole Nation.
Yep.
He's referred to as Osceola riding Renegade. He comes into the stadium and he throws the spear down at the midfield point, and the Seminole Nation puts all their support behind it. In fact, they designed the costume that he wears out of pride, and all this stuff about changing the names and all that is it has gone beyond rationality as far as I'm concerned. It's stupid. It is simple.
Yep, have to agree with it.
What's that?
I have to agree with it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Just wanted to chime in. Thanks, guys.
All right, appreciate it, Robin. He's absolutely right. It's gone overboard, and it's a little bit ridiculous.
I agree. I think so.
So,
What pronoun do you want to be called? I'm still just like, what? My word was not on the list, but
yeah, I'm sure mine was.
just
not
start
either.
with the second letter of the alphabet. That's all I'll say.
Bridget.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. There are a lot of individuals are really. I predict that if Biden and Trump are the two nominees, and then unless a third party comes out with somebody extremely strong and not like what was that guy's name in the 90s that ran against Clinton and Bush?
Oh, you're talking about. I know who
Little
you're talking
short
about.
dude.
Yes.
Ross.
Yes, Ross Perot.
And unless they come out with somebody very viable, experienced, that there are going to be fewer people voting. It's going to be hard to vote for either one of them. And it may be a flip of the coin for me, and that does nothing.
I have no clue what I'm going to do. Hey, we got the first debate coming up soon. I think we should have a watch party.
Yeah.
I watch them all.
It was the biggest boob of all, right?
I watch them all. I just think that you learn a lot. You learn a lot about the candidates. Those mean catbirds are out there. I just saw them go by.
An independent from Illinois said that she never voted for Biden. She voted against Trump. How many people have I heard say that? And the same on the other side too. I could not vote for Biden. Didn't like Trump, but I voted against Biden. It's a shame not to have a viable candidate at this point in our lives. We do not have a viable candidate. I mean, Ramaswamy or whatever his name is, he's looking more rational,
Well,
but he's not.
I have not yet decided on one over the other yet. I researched some of them. Have a long ways to go. But there's nobody right now that jumps out at me. There's some that I really like, but they don't jump out on me. So I just have to wait and see. These town halls and these debates are good because you'll learn a lot about the candidates. But I don't know.
Everybody mentioned right now, if Manchin were to be on the ticket, of everybody else is on the ticket so far, or claiming they're going to be or try to be, I'd vote for Manchin. And I wouldn't even have to hold my nose to do it.
Well, he's more moderate than he is anything else.
Yep.
And
You got more common sense.
he's just about done with the Democratic Party.
Oh, he is.
And he's tired of the
He's a dino, Democrat in name only.
I know, that's right.
Hello, Timmy. What's up?
Well, you're talking about the presidential races, and me and Theo talked about this one. I cannot remember who he said, and because I put it to him this way. I said, Theo, if we stood you up and said, look, you can vote, you can put whoever you want off, who would it be? And right now, I cannot remember who it was, but I did do some research on it, and I agreed with it. And he had to be Republican. That's what blew my mind. And somebody asked me last week, well, if you had a chance to put somebody in the White House right now, who would it be? I said the only person, and he wouldn't have it because he's already said he wouldn't have it, would be John Kennedy out of Louisiana. I said, look at the interviews and look at his testimonies and look at it when he put somebody in front of him in there and he's interrogating them. I said, look at him. He makes more sense than anybody else. I said, I'm not saying he's the best candidate because we don't have one. But I said, that's who I'd probably wind up voting for. I said, but he's not going to run.
Yeah,
already
and
said he
neither will
wasn't gonna be
Jim.
that stupid.
Neither will Jim Jordan, but I do like Jim Jordan for the same reasons.
Well, I do too. Well, yeah, I do too now. But if my second choice, and I'm hoping he'll win governorship, hell, I just do stick Mark Robinson up there in the White House.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he makes them people hot.
Well,
he's making people hot now.
Yes,
he's going to have to get his stuff together, if you know what I mean, and you do. He's going to have to get his stuff together to get elected. So somebody's got to have a sit-down chat with him.
Yeah.
I have no doubt he'll be the
needs to go
primary.
through some of his campaign people and send them down the road. And you know who I'm talking about.
Yes, he
Lee.
does.
But no, I wanted to weigh that in this morning. And I really did. I went. But no, I just and I agree with what Robert called in and said. I'm a Seminole fan from way back when. But I agree with you because when I lived down there in Florida, the Seminole back Florida State, but they're all in it.
They are.
But y'all have a good. I just
Thank
want
you.
to chime that in.
I appreciate it.
Y'all behave.
Nope.
Right. Bye-bye.
You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
For 40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, is ready for summer, and you should be too. With the Cub Cadet zero-turn, lawn tractors, and walk-behind lawnmowers from Cub Cadet, all engineered with premium features, leaving you with a well-manicured lawn. Stop by Mills International Incorporated today and unlock the possibilities of your yard. With Cub Cadet, head to your local Cub Cadet dealer, Mills International Incorporated, at 801 South Queen Street for exceptional offers, expert advice, and superior service.
Hurricane season is here, and if you're not prepared, now's the time to visit Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morehead Plaza in Morehead City. Whether for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer, Williams Hardware has the tools and accessories to help protect against high winds and water. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies. Williams Hardware, your helpful and handy hardware store, also cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill for Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morehead Plaza in Morehead City. Williams Hardware is open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158, and be prepared this hurricane season.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Well, Kelly's already got her starring role for Friday and for Dumb Crook News. She's already got a story. We're not going to tell you what it is right now.
No, but it's good.
It's good. It's good. You know, crooks needed to go back to school to take a few lessons because some of them are really.
They about
up with
had it
gum.
right to the end.
Yeah, well,
Didn't think it through.
did not think it through.
You know, we've got to get a hold of some of our LEO
Yep.
people to come in here and talk about school safety.
Yep.
And I came across this article this morning at Nash County Sheriff's Office, and I know Kelly can add a lot to this, but they posted, as the first day of school approaches for many, we want to remind you of a few safety tips when posting those back to school pictures on social media.
Yep.
Sharing your child's information can give predators unique information about your child that puts them at risk. Remember that just because your profile is private does not mean that your information truly is. So don't post teacher's name, school name, interest, age, weight, and height.
Nope.
So, and I know we'll be flooded with back to school pictures, and I love looking at them. But don't give out personal information that a child predator could track your child.
Yep. They can do it.
That's why I get so bugged with people that put their kids in monogrammed or stuff with their name on it.
I won't.
Like I mean, when you're parading your kid through the mall and they've got something monogrammed with their actual name on it, and someone calls it, the kid doesn't know that that person doesn't know them, and they go, "Oh, I'm your mom's friend." Kids are very trusting, and they think, "Well, know my mom or my dad or whoever." Don't. No one finds that cute but you. Like, don't put your kid's name on stuff.
There's so many times I wanted to buy my granddaughter a personalized necklace, but then I thought twice
stopped
about it. I was
doing
like,
it.
no, I don't want her wearing her name out in the open. Of course, she's 18 now, so but still, I still wouldn't buy it now.
I have a cousin that does that with her kids. It's so annoying that they do that because, I mean, you're just setting your kids up for a predator. That's all you're doing.
And there are plenty of them out there.
Yes.
And unfortunately, most of them have not been caught yet.
And plus, you can't even donate your clothes. You can donate your stuff like to the Goodwill or to like the Women's Center or to other, Salvation Army or whatever. If you got something monogrammed, your kid's name on it, even their initials, who are you going to give that to?
Or how about if that's your first child and you're going to have some more,
Yeah.
you use hand-me-down clothes?
Yeah, unless you
Can't
give
do
them the
it.
same initials.
Or the same name,
yeah.
like my other brother,
That's just
Daryl.
ridiculous.
Well, fortunately, I didn't have to worry about that growing up because I had brothers, so I didn't get their hand-me-downs.
Well, Lee would have been okay either way, right?
Yeah, well, I still get a lot of stuff because my nickname Lee is I get things, Dear Mister, and
Yeah.
I got an
ever get
award
the-
from the post office, and it was a beautiful watch, and of course it was a men's watch when they gave it to me, and they said, "Oh, we'll trade it in for." I said, "No, I'm keeping it." My bowling trophies used to always be little boys on them. I'm like, gosh. Yeah.
Wow, I just saw something. Mick Fleetwood's restaurant was destroyed in Maui.
Oh,
Mhm.
a lot of things.
It had
Yes,
11
it's
years.
just terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
The city in the United States that most people are considering leaving because of crime rates. Do you have any idea which city that would be?
San Francisco.
Nope.
East Coast or West Coast?
Why?
Because it makes it easier for us to guess.
Okay, West Coast.
Somewhere in Washington?
That's it, Seattle.
Yes.
I believe that.
Leads the nation in the percentage of people who feel pressure to leave over crime concerns. It's unfortunate that it's a result of a failure of the city's progressive policies and movements, according to some experts there. Seattle's had a 24% increase in homicides.
Yeah, because of their crazy policies.
4% increase
Yes,
in murders.
I believe it.
Shoot them.
Really?
Go to court, go home, and
Mhm.
wait, and maybe they'll show up. They've gotten so lax.
Data from the Household Pulse survey conducted by the U.S. Census Bureau and several other federal agencies shows that 7% of adults in the greater Seattle area have felt pressure to move due to crime in the last 6 months. That's 227,000 people. 227,000 have considered moving because of the increase in the crimes. If we had to say that about Jacksonville, somebody would be up in arms. We would be really upset if we had a crime rate so outrageous that people were considering getting up and leaving town.
Well, we see some things that have increased over the years here, but nothing like some of these other places. Like, look at Kinston and Greenville in the news every day for shooting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every
the Rocky
day.
Mountain's moving up there too.
Oh, yes.
Jacksonville used to be that way. I'm going to tell you because I went to a whole bunch of crime scenes.
Well, I laugh and I shouldn't, but I mean, this is one of those things where you get what you wish for kind of thing. In San Francisco, hundreds of government employees have been told to work from home because of high levels of crime in the area. Well, y'all wanted these with your crazy policies. This is what you get. That is what they get.
Y'all adopted them. Now you're going to have to live with them.
Yep. They talk about drug dealers are peddling drugs right across the street from the Capitol building.
Yes.
The federal building. I mean, come on now.
Well, you were in Wilmington this weekend. What did you see there?
A lot of homeless, a lot of drug activity.
Out on the streets, right there, downtown?
Yeah.
Sad.
Yep.
Sad.
Same as it was way back when.
Yes. Sad.
It was so bad back in the 80s that and there's no big secret because I got video of it, surveillance video of it. A guy who worked for the city of Wilmington driving a city-owned truck, his engineering department, right up to one of the known drug locations and buying drugs from the vehicle.
This has been happening since the early 80s. Why hasn't there been some type of...
They have done a lot in Wilmington. I will tell you, they used to do a lot more. They routinely had, like the sheriff of Carteret County does, he's always got an undercover operation underway. And they go out and they bust a whole bunch of people on a regular basis. Just because you didn't get arrested this time doesn't mean that they haven't already bought from you for the next go round. That's the thing. And that's what needs to be done when you got drug areas. But when you've got people that can do that, you've got a UNCW professor driving up to this location and buying drugs, had a UNCW sticker on the car.
Oh my gosh.
Staff sticker on the car. And of course, I could run a license plate, and we ran the plate, and there he was.
Oh
He's buying drugs. He's buying drugs.
Wow.
And drove back to the campus.
Oh.
That's the kind of crap that goes on.
Yeah.
Let's take a break. You're live in Local Real Talk Freedom. And Robin knows all about it, too. You're live in Local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM WSME.
Since 1997, locally owned and operated Jersey Mike's 301E Western Boulevard right here in Jacksonville has provided only the best hot and cold subs and healthy salads to our community and our military neighbors, and thanks all our customers for making Jersey Mike's a sub above. Jersey Mike's features hot and cold subs in different sizes, served Mike's way or your way, in addition to delicious, healthy salads. To place your order or for takeout, phone 910-353-8091. Once again, Sam Duran and the staff of Jersey Mike's, 301E Western Boulevard, Jacksonville, thanks you for making them a sub above.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only copper protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, solid tech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home. It's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2022 in the flooring, covering, and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering. They're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering. Family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering. You stand on it, we stand behind it. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local carrier indoor weather team, serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967. Now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm or for any other reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock, ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the carrier experts, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hampstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com. And follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax. We're on the way.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
When citizens in an area complain that the police department's not doing enough to take control of the situation, that's one thing. Some of them don't know the real story. But when a veteran law enforcement officer, Seattle Police Lieutenant Jessica Taylor, sends a 15-page resignation letter to her boss and does not let up all the way through. She resigned. Chief Diaz, let me tell you, the state of the Seattle Police Department and the city is a disgrace. The criminals are running this city. The toxic mix of the Seattle City Council's absurdity, the spinelessness of the mayor, the leniency of the prosecutor's office, and your failed leadership has accelerated this city's downhill slide straight to rock bottom. The problems were already brewing before you came on the scene, but since your arrival, it's been a free fall into anarchy and chaos. Wow.
Well,
she served for over 20 years there. She let it all hang out. 15 pages.
That's a lot.
15 pages.
Oh, look at there, big boy. Look at there, big boy.
All right, let's see. Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
Why is all of a sudden? Why are they changing? They don't want the special counsel, the Republicans now.
Which special counsel?
According to this, Republicans have now changed. Republicans wanted a special counsel investigation of Hunter Biden. Now many oppose it.
I don't know.
They got one. They wanted David Weiss to lead it, but the Friday after it was announced that Attorney General Merrick Garland appointed Weiss. Now some Republicans are mad about it. Like, wait, what's happening right now? Y'all wanted him, now you got him, and now you're not. Now they're saying David Weiss can't be trusted, and this is just a new way to whitewash the Biden family corruption. But he was a Trump-appointed Delaware U.S. attorney. He's investigated the case for a long time. I'm confused.
Well, maybe we'll find out tomorrow. Well, maybe we won't. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm just reading this, wait a minute. Yeah. I don't understand.
Texas woman. She's been sentenced to prison 30 years.
Okay, what'd she do?
For luring a man to a remote area to be attacked and killed by gang members.
Yeah.
Who felt the victim disrespected them in a rap battle.
A rap battle.
Yeah, Carla Jacqueline Morales, 24, pleaded guilty Friday to charges in connection with the July 29th, 2018 murder of 24-year-old Jose Alfonso Villanova. Morales was sentenced to go to trial, was scheduled to go to trial in October 2021, but she jumped bond. Why was she out on bond? And cut off her ankle monitor to escape detection and was arrested in Houston about 9 months later. She jumped bail in 2021 to escape the consequences of her actions, but she was rearrested and on the eve of the trial this week pleaded guilty for what she did. That's what the DA said.
And she got what, 20 years?
30 years.
30. Okay.
30 years.
All that. Well, I hope it was worth it.
This was premeditated and planned, and we have now been able to get justice for the victim's family. How about for the bad guys? The guys who beat him to death?
I don't know.
Where are they? Did they get anything? Don't
Hard to
say.
say. It's just craziness.
He disrespected them in a rap battle.
Rap battle. That was really worth it, wasn't it?
They're members of the MS-13 gang.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Don't do a rap battle with an MS-13
I would not
gang
do a
member.
rap battle with an MS-13
Why
gang
would you
member.
do any kind of a rap battle?
True,
Yeah.
but especially an MS-13 gang member.
Yeah.
Whew. I've known lawyers that have had to change their profile images and names and everything on social media while they were representing someone having to do with that.
Yeah, you don't mess with the MS-13.
All right, we're done for the day. We'll be back tomorrow morning, same time, same channel. It happens at 7 a.m. each weekday,
It does.
and right here on 97.1 and 1120 a.m. WSME, Freedom 97.1. It's going to be hot again, but it's going to cool off over the next couple of days.
See,
just a little
Because
bit.
it's going to rain.
Yeah, it's going
I'll
to rain.
take the rain. I'll take rain every day
yeah,
this week.
yeah,
That
yeah.
means cooler.
Yep, we're going to need it.
Yep.
Have a good rest of your day. We will see you tomorrow. Not sure who we have yet. We got a couple of possibilities that Lee and Kelly are working on, so we'll let you know as soon as we know something. You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.